Do you have type 2 diabetes and wonder what you would do if we had a grid down situation and you could not see your doctor or get your diabetes medicine? Well, today's video is going to give you solid tips for not only how you can probably control your type 2 diabetes in a post-collapse situation, but maybe even put it into remission. And for new viewers, welcome to my channel. It's all about prepping and self-defense. And if you like content like this, please subscribe to this channel along with hitting that like button. Now first, I am not giving medical advice in this video. I am simply saying what I would do if I had type 2 diabetes and I found myself in a post-collapse situation where I could not get professional medical help or diabetes medicine. So step 1, carb-heavy foods raise your blood sugar. So cut the amount of carb-heavy foods that you eat at your meals in half. And in just a minute, I will tell you how you can cut your carbs in half without going hungry. Now, unfortunately, dried goods that many preppers have in their food stockpiles are high in carbohydrates. Again, carbohydrates spike your blood sugar levels and damage your body. But by cutting the amount of carbs that you eat in half, this will really help you a lot to keep your blood sugar under control in a post-collapse situation. Step number 2, fiber helps to slow down the absorption of the carbs that you eat. So when you cut the amount of carbs in half, as mentioned in step 1, and replace that half that you gave up with vegetables or leafy greens, the fiber in those vegetables or leafy greens will help your blood sugar levels to remain more normal in a grid down event. One suggestion is to start learning how to identify what wild edibles that you have growing in your area that you could use to add fiber to your post-collapse diet. For example, I have a lot of lamb's quarters and dandelions that grow in my area, and they are both high in nutrients, and I can cook them and add them to my foods like you would spinach. And also learning how to garden and grow non-starchy vegetables is another good suggestion. Again, the goal here is to cut your carbs in half and replace the half that you cut out with fiber-rich foods that will slow the absorption of the rice or wheat or whatever else that you ate in that meal. Step number 3, and because fiber slows the absorption of carbs, a good suggestion is to eat the vegetables before you eat the high carb foods. I wear a continuous glucose monitor so that I can monitor my blood sugar. Now, I don't have type 2 diabetes, but I am pre-diabetic, and I have found that if I consume fiber before I eat carbs, that the fiber will slow the absorption of the carbs and my blood sugar won't rise as much and will remain more steady. Step 4, eating fast. Eating quickly causes your body to dump all of those carbs into your body in a very short period of time, which leads to higher blood sugar spikes. So eating your meal more slowly will help you to avoid big blood sugar spikes and help to keep your blood sugar levels more steady. When you spread the food out over a longer period of time, that allows your body to release those carbs into your body a little at a time instead of all at once. And I have found that by eating a couple of bites and then waiting 5 or 10 minutes before eating more bites, and sometimes this may take me up to 45 minutes to an hour to slowly eat my meal, but eating slowly helps a lot in maintaining a steady blood sugar level that remains in the safe range. And really quick, if you are watching this video on YouTube, you should come over to Rumble and subscribe to my channel there, because Rumble doesn't censor us like YouTube does. Just search Ethical Preparedness in the search bar and subscribe to the channel. Step 5, there are numerous wild plants, aka weeds, that grow around us that can help us with insulin sensitivity. So a good suggestion is to learn how to identify these plants and learn how you can make your own type 2 diabetes medicine from them. For example, I have yellow root that grows on my property, and yellow root contains berberine, and many people call berberine nature's metformin. And I also have a lot of dandelion that grows on my property also, and dandelion root contains inulin, which also helps with insulin sensitivity. And I'll do a shameless plug here. I wrote a physical book that's over 400 pages that gives you simple directions on how you can make your own homemade medicines for things such as high blood sugar, high blood pressure, headaches, allergies, and just a bunch of common ailments that we will suffer from in a grid down situation. At this time, the book is only $25, and I will put a link to the book down below. Step 6. The major muscles in your legs are very glucose hungry. So taking a brisk walk about 10 to 15 minutes after you eat really helps with lowering a blood sugar level back into the normal range. And this really surprised me on how well this works, and my continuous glucose monitor readings show it. Right here you can see that at 2 p.m. my blood sugar was starting to rise because I had recently eaten my late lunch. And then you can see that my brisk walk brought my blood sugar level back down to where it was before I ate my lunch. And then as the next few hours passed, my blood sugar continued to drop, where I am now holding steady at 99. And just for reference of what you're looking at here on the screen, you want to keep your blood sugar level in the green zone. Anything above the green means that you are above 140, which I don't like. So, about 10 to 15 minutes after I eat, I will take a 20 to 30 minute brisk walk, and this works for me even when I eat that rare meal that has carbs in it. And then if it is too cold or dangerous to walk, doing 10 squats every 45 minutes throughout the day instead really helps a lot also. Step 7. The longer that you go between meals, the more your body uses the glucose in your bloodstream for energy. So intermittent fasting helps to keep your blood sugar levels lower. And while intermittent fasting is something that I personally struggle with, a lot of people swear by it. Most people that practice intermittent fasting typically skip their breakfast and only eat lunch and dinner. And then some people even do the one meal a day. But again, I have seen success story after success story from people who say that intermittent fasting was the best tool that they had for keeping their blood sugar levels under control. So my belief is that for most type 2 diabetics out there, that if it is a post-collapse situation, and if you follow these tips, that not only will you be able to keep your blood sugar levels in the normal zone, but you might even put your type 2 diabetes into remission, where you won't even need your diabetes medications, just as long as you don't go back to eating big bowls of rice or other high carb foods. So what are some other tips that maybe I forgot that you can offer to help a person control their type 2 diabetes in a grid down situation? Comment down below so that we all learn from each other. And every prepper should know how to be able to make their own medicine using the weeds and the trees that grow naturally around them. So to learn what 90% of other preppers and most other people don't know, then click on the playlist that should be appearing on the screen just about now to learn how you can make a whole bunch of those different medicines. Anyways, folks, this is enough internet for me today. I do need to get back to work. But folks, if you made it this far, hey, thank you very much for watching, and I pray that you have a good night.